Okay, here we are with the second section, and this is called synchronization. What is synchronization, you ask yourself? Well, it is synchronizing the left hand with the right hand. Now, with tremolo picking, we don't really have to worry about the left hand too much because we fret a note and then we move that note around through, whatever scales we choose. And that's pretty much it as far as the left hand is concerned. Now, when it comes to more complex picking passages, okay, we have to start worrying about what the left hand is going to do, and that is where the synchronization comes in. Now, this is one of those things that's probably easier to see than explain, so I'll do my best to just show you. Say, for example, we have a lick with the left hand that goes like this. Very simple lick. Okay, now the trick is to be able to synchronize this hand with this hand, the left with the right. Now you might be thinking, well, that looks simple enough, no problem. But what happens is if you don't do the synchronization process properly, as you get faster and faster, you will lose the thread of the lick and it often goes out of whack or goes out of time or whatever. Now, what you might see some people do for a lick like this is hold this first note down. Now, the three notes that I'm playing here are second on the B, fourth on the B, and fifth on the B, which is C sharp, D sharp, and E, okay? Now, what you might see some people do is hold that note down and do this. And what's happening is that first note is held down, then the second note is held down, and then the third note is played, and then you start the whole process again without moving this first finger. Now, I don't use that technique, and the reason I don't use it is because it doesn't allow the two hands to work together, okay? And that really is the key to being able to play well. Okay, so what I'm going to do is show you the technique I use, and I think a lot of good pickers do use, and that is banging on the note on the fretboard with the left time every time a note is picked. So in other words, if I don't actually pick the note, what you'll get is this. Now that gives you more strength with the left hand, and also the synchronization is even because each hand is making a positive connection with either the fretboard or the string, and it's something that your brain can recognize when the things are falling together. So if you're going like that, you can see that the right hand's making a positive connection with the string, but so is the left. Same as you go up. And so what I do to make this technique go forward is you do the exercise with the left hand, and it's good to use distortion because with a clean sound it doesn't come out as well, and literally just practice that with the left hand. Now, not only is that a great exercise for building up left hand strength, but what it does is it gives you synchronicity as you get faster through the lick. Okay? So as you get quicker, okay, it's much easier because your brain can recognize that every time you slam, the right hand is slamming. Okay, so there we're obviously using the first finger, the third, and the pinky, okay? But what we can also do is go up the octave and then just use the first finger, second finger, and the third, which, you know, I do because I've got fairly sort of, you know, sausage-like fingers, and as I get up to the small frets, it starts to get hard to cram them there, so I'll do that. So it's almost like a keyboard effect. But again, as we add the pick, okay, and that gives you that synchronicity between the two things, because if I just held that, for me, it's much, much harder to marry up the two hands as I go faster. Okay, so that's the first technique we're going to use. We're going to play it along with the backing track, but I want to show you a couple of other extensions to that lick before we move on. And the extension I'm going to show you is just the down version. So the version we've done so far is the up version. We're just going to go down. In reverse. Okay, and again we're going to make this exercise just happen with the left hand. Then add the pick. And then the same up the octave. Okay, so as you see, as you go faster, it gets more difficult as you go faster, but that synchronicity is definitely what makes your picking improve, because basically when you're picking different passages, any break in the machinery as you go through will hold you up. Okay, so if you get to one part and the finger of the left hand doesn't go down as quick or doesn't go down properly, you're going to be in trouble. Okay, so let's just run the backing track, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use like a sort of a slow triplet version first, and then I'm going to double the speed to make the lick faster, to use the same idea as we did before, where we're going from slow to fast to slow, back to fast. Okay, what you heard me do there was a bar of quaver triplets and a bar of semi-quaver triplets, okay? If you don't understand any of the music speak, and you don't want to for now, obviously I advise you do at some point, but you just want to concentrate on the lick, just remember the tempo of the first one and then you double it. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly demonstrate the other one that we did, which is just going down. So that one was going up, and now we're just going to demonstrate going down. And don't forget, you can play the lick up the octave and make up as many patterns as you want. I did a bar of the slow to a bar of the fast, but you can mix them up, half a bar, one beat, whatever you choose to do, okay? The harder you find the faster passage, then make it less, so that, you know, you don't have to stay on it so long. It's just like a little bit of a breather, burst of speed, then a bit of a breather. Okay, so let's do the one starting from high to low, as opposed to the one going from low to high. Okay, pretty much the same deal as before. Bar of slow, bar of fast, but going from high to low. Okay, finally on this track, we're going to do a combination lick that takes these two licks and puts them together. And that lick sounds like this. So we're going 2, 4, 5 on the G, coming over and then playing 2, 4, 5 on the B. Okay, so now when we reach that 5 on the B, we come down again. So we'd be playing that 5 on the B twice. And that second on the G string being an A note, we play that twice. Now, the reason I've picked this lick is not only does it put the two previous licks together, but it shows us a little bit of a thing where, if you notice, because we're playing that note twice, we can't make a legato exercise where we bang on every note once. In other words, if you remember before, because we're now going, but what I do is when I play that second note, I apply a little bit of pressure with my finger as I play it, just to help that synchronicity. Now, I know you can't see me do that, but what I am actually doing is just playing that. And then you might even be able to hear it in the note. I'm just applying a little bit of pressure when I play that second note, okay? It just helps me with the synchronicity. Okay, and also up the octave. So let's do the same idea, bar of slow, bar of fast, using this lick, and hopefully you'll be able to hear that it's quite a nice, effective combination lick of the two previous ones that we did. Okay, so hopefully you heard me play a combination of the two, slow then fast, slow then fast. So that's a basic introduction into synchronizing both hands.